Hey, this is Aaron with the H22 crew. We're here with Jason, Stupid Fast. We're here in Houston. So the goal today was to test the new BMF cams versus the cams that I've been running in the car for quite some time. Skunk2 came with the new roller cams, and I've had them for some period of time. They've been in the car. They got a good amount of street miles on them. This car has already gone to the track with these cams in them, and it did really well. Today we came to the dyno and actually see what kind of power it made. We made two high horsepower pulls on each set of cams. The first pull was at 35 pounds. Then we backed it up with another pull at 40 pounds. Pull it off the dyno, change the cams out. Put the other cams back in it, so same day, same everything, same setup, and made two more pulls.
We tried to make sure that every aspect of the test was maintained to be as consistent as possible. So the temperatures were all the same, oil temperatures were the same, boost was exactly the same, ignition timing, all of that was exactly the same. The only thing that was different was the camshafts and how they were degreed in, but that's what they have to do. Outside of that, the tune was just adjusted for air fuel to make sure that was spot on, and to make sure that the boost was exactly where we wanted it.
What you can see behind me is the results on the from the dyno pulls, but not only just from the results there, but from what I've seen having the cams in the car for a good amount of time is how the valve train's happy. So valve lash was spot on. Was kind of having some trouble beating up some exhaust valves. I think we all do. I mean, these cars high horsepower beat up some valve train, and to keep the valve train happy is huge. So this car today, we were spinning it to 10,200, I think.
Correct.
So all the pulls today were all the way to 10.2. That's what the limiter's been set on this car. The race car spins a little bit higher, 10.5, 10.8, somewhere in there. But even at 10.2, with several track passes we have and the street driving, like I said, the valves were just happy. The cranking compression's fantastic. Everything I saw prior to coming to the dyno was all great. And so as long as the numbers backed it up, that was going to be a huge success.
So one of the things I noticed while making the adjustments between the two sets of cams, the Skunk2 seemed to be a lot smoother for drivability, which, I mean, not too many people are going to be trying to run a big cam like this on a street car, but if you were to build something like this, they would definitely be a lot smoother. The power increase all the way through was significant, about 40 horsepower more at the top end. Carries power all the way through really nice, and obviously the biggest thing that we look for is not hurting the motor by running it as hard as we do. So being able to have the valve train stay in without getting beat up as much, that's a huge win for us.
So like I said earlier, they've been in the car for quite some time. These cams were actually in the car when it set the record. So this is currently the world's fastest Prelude, all-wheel drive Prelude. The record was 861 at 174. If you want to do a little bit of monkey math, you can do a little horsepower calculator. The car weighed 3,060 pounds on that pass when it 174, and Google says that's about 1,268 horsepower. Of course, it made more boost at the track than what we made here, more than 40, but like I said, that's almost 1,270 horsepower. And this is the same motor, haven't done nothing to it, just swapped the cams out today. So that's huge. We know they can make big power. They show a lot of potential. So moving forward, these are gonna go in the race car. So I think, we set a record in this car. This was a 100% street car. Kind of wanted to be the first 8-second Prelude, and that we made that happen, but now we want to see how far we can push in the race car. If they've gone that fast in this car, pretty sure we can go faster in the race car. So I think these are, I think we talked about it, these are going to go in the race car.
I think it's a definite smart move that we need to make. Biggest thing being that the valve train can survive a lot more.
From what we see here, everything's great, and we'll see what it does at the track.